This is ILTV on the hour, bringing you the biggest stories from Israel and the Middle East in just 5 minutes. I'm Caleb Ben David, and today is day 695 of the war in Gaza. Let's get into all the top headlines at this hour. It has now been confirmed that the target of an Israeli strike in Gaza yesterday was notorious Hamas spokesman Abu Obaida. The army had targeted the senior Hamas mouthpiece a number of times during the war, and now the masked voice of the terrorists, a symbol of their resistance, is dead. His elimination comes at the same time that Hamas is finally confirming the death of its former leader, Mohammed Sinwar, after he was killed in an airstrike in May. The IDF had long ago confirmed that Sinwar was dead, but the terror group had refused to acknowledge his death until now. Meanwhile, Israeli troops continue to advance into the outlying neighborhoods of Gaza City, with the IDF declaring the entire urban area as a full-fledged combat zone, ending the localized ceasefire breaks to deliver humanitarian aid that had been in place there. The IDF continues sending messages to Gaza residents to get them to evacuate, but so far with only limited success. Israeli officials that say that until now only 10,000 of some 1 million residents have evacuated from northern Gaza. And over the weekend in southern Gaza, the IDF killed Mahmoud al-Aswad, a top Hamas security leader, and confirmed the elimination of Abu Obaida, the most senior ISIS figure in the Gaza Strip. The IDF also announcing last night that the second body recovered in Gaza during a special rescue operation carried out last week was that of 28-year-old Idan Shtivi, who was murdered by Hamas terrorists while working as a photographer at the Nova Music Festival on October 7th. The IDF had already confirmed on Friday they identified the body of 55-year-old Ilan Weiss, and during the operation had located findings linked to another deceased hostage. Weiss, who was part of the emergency response team on Kibbutz Be'eri, went out on October 7th to open the armory for members to defend the kibbutz that day. His family never heard from him again. It was determined Hamas terrorists killed him and dragged his body into Gaza. Prime Minister Netanyahu said he spoke with both families and hailed Shtivi, who managed to evacuate and save lives of several Nova concert goers before being killed, was a man of great courage and heart. Officials in Yemen have now confirmed that the Houthi Prime Minister Ahmed Khaled al-Rawi and perhaps most of his cabinet were killed in Thursday's airstrikes by Israel. Israeli intelligence managed to pinpoint the location of the Houthi premier and his ministers as they watched the televised speech by their leader Abdul Malik al-Houthi. An IDF assessment believes the prime minister and 12 other ministers were killed in the strike, but the Houthi defense minister and chief of staff may have survived the attack. According to reports from Yemen, the Israeli Air Force struck about 10 homes and other sites where senior Hamas Houthi officials were gathered in Sana'a. The strikes came after the IDF shot down 2 drones launched by the Houthis targeting Israel early on Thursday, and the launching from Yemen of a missile with a cluster head earlier this week. The Houthis have vowed to take vengeance for the attack, and as a security precaution, it was announced that today's meeting of the Israeli cabinet will take place in an undisclosed secure location rather than at Prime Minister Netanyahu's Jerusalem office as usual. EU foreign ministers have reacted with dismay to the unprecedented diplomatic action being taken by the U.S. against the Palestinian Authority and the PLO. Secretary of State Marco Rubio announced he is denying visas for senior PA and PLO officials ahead of the United Nations General Assembly in September. The decision, according to the State Department, is grounded in U.S. law and national security interests, with the move preventing Palestinian leaders, including President Mahmoud Abbas, from using the UN stage to seek unilateral recognition of statehood. According to documents reviewed by Fox News, the Palestinian Authority and PLO are out of compliance with commitments under the PLO Commitments Compliance Act and the Middle East Peace Commitments Act. Well, that ends this bulletin on I-24 News on the hour. We'll continue giving you the most important updates coming from Israel and the Middle East. But for now, you can keep up with us on our ILTV app. Just scan the QR code on your screen. I'm Caleb Ben David. This is ILTV News, and keep watching.